Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nerd Bites Weekly Show. I am your host, DC, and joining me, I believe, for the third time is a friend of the show, Matt Lindsey from Quad Pro Quo. What's up, Matt?
Yo, what up, DC?
Oh,
I'm so glad to be here. I mean, I'm glad to be here, but I'm also sad that our bestie KVD ain't here.
yeah, she's taking D&D Mom out to dinner tonight for her birthday. So,
Ah, she's doing some frog stuff. I get that.
yeah, no doubt. So yeah, but no, Matt, thanks for joining us tonight. Or me rather, instead of us, and all the people in the chat, all the people that haven't
hmm
chimed in yet, of course. And yeah, I think this is your third time co-hosting. Is that right?
Well, I mean,
You
it's
popped in, but
yeah, I've plugged in. This. I think because I obviously haven't I don't have the Twitch stuff set up yet because
right.
I'm not cool like that. This is my first time where you just were like, yeah, you want to sit here and talk to me, talk nerdy to me, and then and because usually I'm like, at least I'm sitting there like, Cat Soren, how dare you say this. But no, this is my first time doing that.
Yeah. So you said you wanted to start the show in a particular way, so I guess I'll go ahead and let you do that.
Oh shit, how did I say that? Okay.
You already forgot.
I already forgot.
You want to do the
Oh
the
god.
Friday intro, right? And then you want to do it for the outro too.
Well, yes. Well, hey everyone, what what day is it? Doing my David Lynch impersonation as anybody that is a follower of the B Shell community.
Yeah.
If you haven't followed it, you need to follow it. And if you haven't followed it and you aren't a friend with me in B Shell, add me as a friend. I will tag you in it. And they were like, hey everyone, what goddamn day is it? Oh, it's literally what I did was, it's a thing that we started in B Shell. It
Oh,
was
long time ago.
a long time ago, pretty much at the beginning of COVID,
Yeah.
where we had like three guys that were like, we want to post Rebecca Black's Friday
Yeah. And who gets
as
to it
early as
first?
we can.
Yeah.
Who got to do it first? To which then I was sitting there, I'm like, I will be the starting pistol guy.
Yeah.
Like, when
Because
I
you're always up
post,
the earliest. It's like let the
yeah,
games begin. Uh
literally Morgan, I think, was up before me.
yeah.
But like I would sit there and I'd be like, this is when we start. When I post the pic,
Yep.
that is when you have to do it.
And then it just keeps going. But we don't really race to it anymore. People just kind of wait for me to post it now. The Rebecca
Yeah.
Black video. But Bobby's in the chat. He says, Dakota says, great. I got to imagine this meme 3 times today.
Well, you know what? It could be worse. I could have to see him like post about misery business for
Or his
every
old
time.
dad filter.
Yeah, thank God he changed that for you know,
Yeah. So
36 Mafia.
yep. So some sad news though. We would be remiss if we didn't talk about the passing of the late great Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, it's very unexpected. Only 70 years old. He was battling cancer, I guess, and he just didn't want anyone to know.
Yeah, it was literally a last minute deal. Like we honestly, I found out about it, and I'm sorry, I do the whole thing like saying I was legit distraught when I found out about it because literally Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman was because I feel like Dustin, I'm a few year I know I'm a few years older than you. I'm not gonna say it like that,
Sure, but I mean, he's a
but like
legend, man.
literally
He was a big part of my childhood too. I mean,
exactly like Pee Wee Herman, um, like Pee Wee's Big Adventure. I mean, oh my God,
Yeah.
that was literally the first. That was no, not even that was. It was that was the first Tim Burton movie ever. Like
Yeah.
literally, that was Tim Burton's first movie.
Right.
Like for real. And he did all of his absurd stuff. I mean, within limits of what he did.
Sure.
But Paul Rubens was basically like in a way I guess, I don't know. He was like an R-rated Mr. Rogers, you know,
Yeah, in a
like
way, I see what you're saying. Like, yeah, he did goofy shit, but it was all in good fun. It was never like there was never like bad meaning behind it or anything like that. Like he's literally just trying to make people
and
laugh.
And then like all these people that were making the jokes about yes, he did have that problem. But you know what? I will literally say cuz I mean, of course I'll say it because, he he was the guy that shaped my childhood, but I'll sit there and be like I'm not going to be upset about somebody jerking off in a porno theater because if you're not, and I mean, I'm sorry, not safe for work or anything, but if you're not jerking off in a porno theater, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah,
All
why are you even
right,
there?
like that was that whole controversy about him, but it
Yeah.
was because he was Pee Wee Herman and he literally got busted, beaten
Yeah,
off, and you're like, who cares?
and
All right,
he lost his show like briefly, and then they almost immediately gave it back. It was like what he lost it for like a few months, and then they just re-upped it at.
who cares?
Yeah.
Like literally, that man, like whatever, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he was, it's not like he was Kevin Spacey
Which,
or a
by the way,
Senate.
speaking of Kevin Spacey, I guess that he was found not guilty of all charges.
Yeah, in England, but it's a lot of there's a lot of different laws over
I
there,
was gonna
but
say I don't know
also
how England law works, but
but it was also just to put it into perspective, it's also like it's not like Paul Rubens was a Senate Majority Leader who we found out was a diddler.
yeah,
No,
true.
he was just some dude that did a stupid a take on kid shows,
Right.
like, and he got caught beating off in a porno theater. All right,
He liked porn. He liked jerking into porn. I mean,
exactly. It'd be, he was also the parlance of his time.
yeah,
Like he didn't have home theater at the time. He
it,
didn't have that.
that's true.
Like it was
Magazines only
if you
did so much for you back then, right?
exactly right. And plus, also, like I would have said, if I were in his case in that time, if I was in a porno theater and I wasn't, what was wrong with me?
Right, right.
Exactly.
I do
Yeah.
this. I'm watching because it's art. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Where's Bobby and his hentai?
No, that just means you're like fucking taxi driver right now. So.
Sal, welcome into the chat, brother, and thank you so much for subbing yet again. My guy, 7 months in a row has subbed. Number one fan of the show, Sal. What a guy. Just an excellent, excellent guy. Love Sal. But anyway, let's talk some cinema because
All right. Yeah.
actually we'll save that. We'll save it.
Okay.
We'll save it
Okay.
for a little bit. I just saw a little fun thing that I want to bring up. Apparently Obama is a Captain Falcon main. IGN released a story where some guy, I guess, uh met Obama Tafokins and or no, Cody Daniels met, but Tafokins launched the story or released the story. He said, I had the opportunity to play with Obama at the White House as part of a Make-A-Wish opportunity. Part of his experience included meeting the former president, playing some friendly 64 matches, and getting a signed copy of an N64 cartridge. Oh, that's such a random thing for him to sign. But yeah, he played Captain Falcon.
So so you're telling me that the 44th president of the United States of America
Uh-huh.
was a total Captain Falcon guy.
Yeah. Falcon punch.
Falcon punch.
Falcon
I,
kick.
I have to imagine that. I have to be like, I have to sit here and be like, well, you see what? This is what we do. This is I'm
See,
going to do
you just side B a lot, and that's how you do it.
okay, we're going to do the here we go. Melania, and oh God, I'm terrible with the other. Oh, what was the Melania's the wife, Sasha and Malia. That's right. I'm sorry. I'm always terrible. Like honestly, unless I read a book about them like 30 years later, like I know all about Harry Truman's wife, and now I said that, I'm like
Dude, it's funny you
totally
mentioned that.
blanking on her name.
Like reading, if so with names, I'm terrible with names. If I'm like watching a TV show or a movie, I never remember
I
the
will
names.
always remember Richard Nixon's wife. I'll always remember Pat Nixon, and I'll always remember Lady Bird Johnson.
Okay.
But like for some reason, like I'm just drawing a blank on our former first lady and her two daughters. But like they would sit there and be like, "Come on, Dad, let's do Super Smash," and he's like, "That's it. I'm gonna do Super. I'm gonna play Captain Falcon. Falcon Punch."
Why do you? I wonder why he picked Captain Falcon of all the characters. You think
Probably
it's because he
because
looks the blackest out of all the characters?
no, it's probably because his daughters all pick Samus. Because
Ah,
usually
fair.
Samus was my go-to
I'm
for
a
Super
Link main in
Smash.
64. I gotta have a sword. Sal says it would be funny if Obama is super competitive, like he throws the controller, yells, "Come on, bro!"
He probably does
It probably
now.
does, yeah.
Now that he doesn't have to worry about it, like when he was in the White House, because that would have been because
He
literally
just smashes a 64 controller in the White House, like, come on.
the dude wore a tan suit for a press conference, and like the news media crucified him. So yeah,
Yeah.
if he did anything that was other than just like, well, yep, I really like playing this game. Mario is my favorite player to play right now. I'm not going to do anything. So yeah. Oh, Sasha, you want to play Samus? Okay, that's totally fine. You want to do a Falcon Punch? Oh, that's great too. Like that's
Yeah, he would be very, I feel like, just like, uh, he would just, instead of talking shit to the other player, he'd be like, "Oh, that was a great hit. Oh, that was a great combo."
But now that he's out of office, he's like, "Oh, guess what, motherfucker?
Yeah.
You wanna guess
Nah, he's
what?
probably smoking a lot of weed, if we're being honest.
Link, motherfucker! I'm gonna hit you with all my sword moves, and I'm gonna do all this."
Anyway, what I was saying was, if I'm not reading it like in a book, I'll forget a name. Like that's the only way I'll remember names is if I read it in a book. Like I can remember names from a manga all day, but like if I'm watching an anime, you can forget it. I'll forget it like the second I turn the shit off. So I don't know what it is about like hearing it is like brains like, yeah, whatever, you don't need that, but reading it I'm like, you need that. It's weird how brains work.
No, I get that. I get that. And that's the thing that like I because of course you talked to me earlier about what you wanted to talk about tonight,
Yeah.
but legit, I read a book about it's called the Accidental President. If ever in the B shell that we have a book category
Dog, we
or a
have
book
tried that
told,
literally from
I
its inception
know,
as an option, and no one
I
ever picks
know.
books ever.
But like I have this, that would be in my bracket of like non-fiction book, The Accidental President. It's about it's this story about Harry Truman
Oh yeah.
when he became president because, Franklin Roosevelt died.
Yep.
And then he found out about the atomic bomb.
Yep.
But like oh my god, like the whole thing, like the thing that I was, yeah, it was just like,
I'm a sucker for history, which let's get right into it then. Let's talk about Oppenheimer. Um
ah.
because like as far as history films go, cuz I consider this a history film. I don't know what else you would
Oh no,
consider it.
I totally agree with you on this. I will totally say, and because my wife and I, we Allison from Quad Pro Quo,
Mhm.
we literally went and saw it last week. We
Yep.
saw it, and we decided we were going to go for an early show. It was really funny because
That's what I did
apparently
too. I went for an early show.
we stood there before the theater actually opened. Like the showing was at 11:30. We didn't get into the theater until 11:20.
Yeah.
But like we were just sitting there, and they're like, I and she was like, "Do you need anything?" I'm like, "No, I went to the bathroom. This is Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit here,
Yeah.
and I'm just going to be immersed, and I'm going to be dumbfounded, and I'm going to love this movie."
I wish I would have seen it in 70 millimeter format.
Oh yeah, but I wasn't driving. I wasn't driving up to KOP for
Yeah,
that. Because
Indianapolis was the closest to us, and I wish Dan was in the chat right now, but he's busy. He actually went to see it, and he said it was just like incredible to see in 70
but
millimeter.
but but also like obviously like scalpers are everywhere now. So
Yeah,
like that was the thing. Like I just went to my closest IMAX because I wanted to see it in IMAX,
that's the way I saw it too.
despite the
Yeah,
fact that it wasn't like seeing it. Well, no, it's a Christopher Nolan movie, so I need to see it in
well,
IMAX because literally
visually, like there
you
wasn't.
need to see every movie, with the exception of like Memento,
Yeah,
Following, and Insomnia. You literally need to see every Christopher Nolan movie in IMAX.
yeah. I
I'm
mean, so
like,
the movie
he
itself,
he's literally made for that
right?
film aspect.
Like visually, there weren't a lot of scenes that made the like IMAX pop, other than of course the bomb. Um, but like what I thought was really impressive with the IMAX was the sound, not the mixing. Nolan still fucking struggles with sound mix, but the sound of like when the bomb happened and stuff like that, like it rattles your soul. It's wild. But yeah, people call this a biopic, which I guess it technically is, but it felt more like a history piece than anything. Oh, you lost sound? Uh-oh. Matt's having technical difficulties. Well, anyway, I'll just give my take real quick. Um, yeah, Sal says he saw it. Sal, what did you think of it while I give my take? So, I personally thought, like, it's not my favorite movie of the year, unfortunately. That still belongs to Across the Spider-Verse. But it is going to win, like, every award. It's going to win cinematography. It's going to win Best Picture. It's going to win Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor or Actress. I think it's going to win all those. Matt is struggling with his audio right now. Maybe we should take a quick break. All right. Let's take a quick break while Matt figures this out. And don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
On my end.
All right. And we're back.
Terribly sorry for the technical difficulties on my end. I'm not usually used to my podcasts. We usually record in advance. I apologize to our
We
listeners.
got to do it live, bro. That's what we do here. We do it live.
Yeah, I get that. And then, but back to
Oppenheimer.
talking about Oppenheimer. Like literally, like like and yeah, she's actually sitting over at my neighbor's house right now because they were watching some. We were watching Collateral, which I think is
Okay.
like we were watching like literally I think the best Tom Cruise movie over there. But I was like, no, I gotta come over here and do this because I love you guys. I love you, Dustin. I
Love you
love
too,
you,
bro.
Torn. But like she was sitting there and she's like, and like she told me about this article earlier today about like you were saying about how like the audio is really hard.
The mixing. I think it's the
Yeah,
sound
yeah,
mixing. Yeah.
yeah, the sound mixing, but apparently that's that's just Nolan. Apparently, Nolan just does it, and he just doesn't give a shit.
I mean, it
Like,
shows. I mean, every movie that I watch of his, while the sound is
like,
amazing, the mixing is always bad. There's always like some parts you can't fucking hear, and other parts where it's just like in your ear hole.
oh yeah, no, like literally Nolan. Like I've said it before, and I will say it again. Christopher Nolan is like the heir apparent. He is our generation's equivalent of Stanley Kubrick.
Okay,
Stanley Kubrick, like I can honestly say, like I feel like if social media existed back then,
sure.
Stanley Kubrick wouldn't give a shit. He'd be like, "Nope, it's my movie. You saw some monkey hit this thing, and a black thing fell down, and then it's space. Fuck you." I did this movie about like delinquents being assholes. I totally butchered a Stephen King movie or a Stephen King book, and then I did Vietnam. Fuck you, like that. Like
Yeah.
Christopher, I feel like Christopher Nolan. Well, he's not as overt as
No,
that.
definitely not. He's more PC about it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like he was like, I did a Batman movie that was I did a Batman movie that had an opening sequence that was a better heist scene than anything James Bond has ever done because I've outdone James Bond. I did a war movie that I feel like outdid Steven Spielberg. Because I'm not going to lie, I think Dunkirk did better than. That's just me saying. I think Dunkirk did better than Saving Private Ryan.
I
The
so
whole movie.
I still
The
haven't
whole
seen
movie, I'm just
Dunkirk.
saying.
I still haven't seen it.
Dunkirk was so amazing.
I might watch it tomorrow night.
That's also literally his shortest movie, I feel like.
Well, it was one. It was shot in one take, right? That's like the gimmick behind it. It's a one
No,
take.
no, it wasn't shot in one take, but like it made it seem like that because it's just so
Okay,
fast paced.
gotcha.
Because it's literally all about the evacuation at Dunkirk,
I mean,
like
yeah.
on the beach of Dunkirk.
Hence the name of the movie. But
Oh yeah.
going back to what I said previously, like, yeah, this is technically a biopic, but it feels more like a history movie than anything with Oppenheimer because it does follow like Oppenheimer's story, but there's just so much going on in that time period. I think it does a
Mhm.
really good job of encapsulating like all the politics and the Cold War and like all that shit.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that because it totally encapsulated the. Because I feel like when I saw it, I thought that it totally encapsulated the the depiction of the person of
Oppenheimer,
Oppenheimer.
yeah.
It totally did that, and then it kind of put it into historical context at the end of the movie when I mean, can 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 we talk about spoilers? I'm sorry.
I don't think we'll do spoilers, but I mean, I don't know what you would even call spoilers because all this is historically accurate. So I don't.
Yeah, but like at the end of the movie when they were like, "Oh, well, Jack Kennedy was the person that
Oh yeah, they.
stood out about stuff."
Yeah,
So like, and
right.
but like, yeah, Oppenheimer is just he's a very interesting person that
He
I would
is.
like. Like, I'm totally like I watched the movie. I made a Facebook status about it, and then of course, Big Brother algorithm totally was like, "Oh, well, then you'll probably like listening to this book on Audible." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's the book. It's the book that inspired Oppenheimer." So
Ooh.
yeah, that's my next movie. That's my next audiobook.
Oh,
So
nice. Well,
yeah.
so they this isn't a spoiler. Well, I guess it's kind of a spoiler, but it came out that his grandson's like not happy that they included the apple with the arsenic scene.
Oh, yeah, but you know what? I'm sorry.
They
I
say
feel
he
like,
was like, no, that didn't happen, and everyone's like, yeah, it fucking did. There's like several accounts where he admitted to doing it.
yeah, no, I'm sorry. That just sounds like somebody didn't want the warts and all.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
literally, that's like, oh, I'm O.J. Simpson's grandson. I love the part where he won a Heisman and then he went and played for the Buffalo Bills
Right.
and was in the Naked but Gun movies, and then nothing happened after
Yeah,
that.
nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
He
Um,
totally did good stuff from then.
right. So, my big thing, and we've talked about this before, is cinematography is like the thing I keep an eye on. And really, there's not anybody better that does. I mean, maybe like technically speaking, I don't think many people do it better than Christopher Nolan for cinematography.
Oh no, he again, like I was just saying about the heir apparent to Stanley Kubrick. Christopher
Yeah.
Nolan is literally like, if we were to say like a certain director is the best like writing director, like for like characters. I don't want to say David O. Russell because he's kind of a douchebag, but but no, Christopher Nolan is literally like the you need like I said before. I've talked to you about this before. That my biggest loss from the whole COVID pandemic was
Yeah.
I didn't get to see Tenet in an IMAX theater
I didn't
because
get to
that
watch it at all. I
because literally that man makes everything a spectacle.
yeah, he
And
does.
if you told me like literally, because yeah, I was sitting in an IMAX theater watching this movie. It's just some straight up biopic about some dude developing the atomic bomb, and
It's
we
literally just
really,
old. It's just literally scientists in a room talking. That's like 99% of the movie. It's
but
brilliant.
we literally don't get to see, like, we see like an imagination of the atomic bomb,
Right.
but like
What's up, Alan?
literally, I was still just like in awe. I'm just like, yes, yes, Christopher, bask me in this amazing.
I was surprised at how much they included like the relationship with him and Albert Einstein. It was actually like a very key component to the film. And the ending, I don't want to give spoilers away, but there's two things that really stuck out to me about the movie. One was when he's giving his speech to the people in the gymnasium.
Mm-hmm.
That talk
Mm-hmm.
about good cinematography. Holy shit.
Oh my god, that was
It
amazing.
was amazing. Again, no spoilers there, but God, it's one of the most haunting moments in a film I've ever seen. Um, and then two is the ending and like how much I'm just like Jesus Christ, like it literally left me with an empty feeling. Like
No, 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 like because it was really funny because honestly, when we were driving back from the theater, like my in-laws called. So, of course her phone was connected to the Bluetooth or whatever.
Sure,
So
yeah.
she's sitting there and she's like, "Yeah, it was overwhelming." Like, honest, yeah, that's how Elson described the movie. It was overwhelming. Like, I'm I,
That's not what I
I
would say.
I'm not but like I'm not going to describe it, like I'm not going to do an approximate like equation, but like it was for our generation, I guess. This was like our Schindler's List kind of, cuz
Yeah,
like
I agree with
Schindler's
that.
List, like Schindler's List of course is about a very serious thing that I do not want to detract from at all.
Right.
But like this movie basically we're applauding the fact that it's like, hey, yeah, we did a good job, but we killed a
There's
couple
some
hundred
fucking
thousand people,
repercussions from that.
and then we also set ourselves up for nuclear annihilation. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Exactly. And like that,
Mm,
like I said, that ending like it left me with this empty pit in my stomach where I'm like, man,
yeah, we did good, but okay.
yeah, yeah,
I feel miserable about it.
yeah. It's not my favorite movie of the year though. That still belongs to Across the Spider-Verse. Uh,
I haven't seen that yet.
it's just
Um,
as good as
um,
the first one, man. Like it's just too good.
no, it's not as good as the first one because you know why?
Why?
Uh, Spider-Man Noir is not in it.
No spoilies. That's all I'm gonna say. Um,
No, no, I know for a fact that Nicolas Cage is not
well,
in it.
Nicolas Cage is not correct. He has no voice lines. That's all I'll say. Felt like a dirty
I,
win, says Alan. Yeah, I
I mean,
agree.
I no, I mean, I'm like, I didn't get to see it in theaters because I wanted to take my neighbor's son, my godson. I wanted to
That
take him to
really
see it.
sucks because if like this just pushes animation like the way that the first one pushed animation
No,
forward, it
and don't get
pushes
me
it
wrong,
even
I
further.
love the
I
first one. I
somehow
love the first
I don't
one.
know. It's
So
crazy.
hopefully yeah.
But no, it Oppenheimer's going to win all the awards. It's going to win
Well, at least right now because of the strike, rightfully so. But yeah.
yeah, but I mean I don't see many things dethroning like best supporting actor from name one. I mean any there's a whole
Robert Downey Jr. was amazing, and
yes.
he was amazing because aside from Tropic Thunder, this was the best thing I've ever seen him play. Not Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
in
like
a while.
yeah, he wasn't himself. He was
Yeah, no, he literally was
what's his name?
Strauss.
Strauss,
What? Yeah,
yeah.
Strauss, whatever his name was.
Man. Yeah, great job. And all the freaking cameos are insane in
Oh
that
my
movie.
god!
I've never seen so many like recognizable actors that have been in big parts that got like maybe a couple lines. Some of them are
Oh
just like
no!
background
Yeah,
people, and I'm just like,
I literally don't even want to say because I don't want to give away one of the best
we talked
ones.
about it earlier. Yeah, there is a very like you don't even know who the actor is that's playing this character until after the film, and you see it on the credits, and you're like, wait, what? Um, oh man, one of my favorite actors ever, to be honest, is who it is, and yeah, I don't want to give it away,
Yeah,
but
no, no, greatest, one of the greatest. That guy's turned into leading man, turned into great guy, and then he won a best picture. He's in this movie.
yep,
It's totally not Randy Quaid. Just saying that.
it is not Randy Quaid. But you want to talk about that real quick?
Well, it's also not Jack Quaid.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
We're talking on the well. Jack Quaid is in Oppenheimer, though.
Oh yeah, he was. That's right. He
He
was
was a
he was a
scientist.
bit part.
Yeah,
It's like that. Just like, oh god,
he
I
actually
totally
had one of the
forgot.
biggest parts in the whole movie. He was like he had probably the fourth most lines. I would say fourth or
Just
fifth.
like I forgot about how that Softy brother was in it, and
Mm-hmm.
meanwhile he was the one of the biggest parts too.
Yep.
Like, and also literally, I'm just gonna say, like, literally, yeah, I know because of the the strike with WGA
Yep.
and with SAG-AFTRA and everything like that. Literally, I will say if the strike didn't happen, if the strike didn't end tomorrow and the Academy Awards was tomorrow, this movie would sweep. Like,
Yep. And it still might. It still might. Like even if all the stuff goes away and more movies come out at the end of this year, I just don't see anything dethroning it. Anything that was slated. Um,
oh, agreed. Like,
yeah.
Killian Murphy owns everything.
Bro,
Um,
finally our boy gets his flowers. Like he has been so perfect in so many things, and finally they give him a big
you
time
know,
role.
you know the reason why he he's always been a Christopher Nolan dude.
Why? I don't know this.
He had a failed Batman audition. He originally tried out to be Batman.
Wow.
He wanted to be Batman. So it's kind of like like a Tom Hiddleston wanted to be Thor and then
Yeah.
he ended up being Loki, but like since then, like literally Killian Murphy, I yeah, so I'll say Killian because yeah, it's Killian.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
I
know that
think
until recently actually. I always thought
I
it was
I
Cillian.
I was corrected because my wife, she apparently did like she did something over in England and she interviewed Danny Boyle for something and she said something about Cillian Murphy. He's like, well, his name's Killian. So so that's why I'm like sitting there, I'm like, Killian Murphy. But meanwhile, my parents will sit there and be like, yeah, that guy that played that Tommy Shelby, that Peaky Blinder motherfucker.
Well, actually, Killian Murphy is plays the lead role in one of my favorite movies of all time. So that's where I got my love for him.
Which movie was that? Was it
28
Red
Days
Eye?
Later.
You know it's really funny. I've never seen that movie.
Dude, what? You would love it. Are you kidding?
And now you know it's also really funny. We're saving that for a Quad Pro Quo episode.
You are
Almost.
going to adore that movie. As
I
someone who likes films, loves film, like that is a fucking perfect film. Like in
and
its
so many
genre, like
and it has at least like two or three. Well, no, it has like I know it's a British movie,
yeah, it
so it
is.
has like four. It has like 4 or 5 Doctor Who people in it. So
Uh
I'm all about it.
what's his name is in it.
Christopher Eccleston is in it. I know he's in it.
Yes,
Like
yes, Christopher Eccleston.
the
Yep, yeah.
the Ninth Doctor, my second favorite. Well, hold on, my third favorite Doctor is in it.
I don't know
He's
anything about Doctor Who. Maybe I
oh
should.
come
I
on!
don't. I'm sorry. I've maybe I'll
I'm
give it a
getting
shot soon. But
I'm getting hey. I'm getting into anime. I'm reading manga. Maybe you should just give another
well,
nerd show
truth be told, I like watching like a TV show during football season just to like break up football and like something to do because I don't really watch any
Doctor
TV.
Who is totally that. You don't need to be super invested into it. I trust me.
All right. Maybe I'll see if wifey will be down because she's usually
Uh,
down to watch stuff like that. So
hell, totally the kids will be down because you know what? It's not that super like if even the reboot that started in 2005,
yeah,
it's really not that bad. I was even saying to my neighbors, my co-hosts on
sure.
Quad Pro Quo,
Yeah.
I was like, because apparently their oldest, who's like 7. I
Yeah.
forget how old. I forget how old.
Ronan's 5.
Your yeah, yeah. But like he's sitting there like, I want to watch scary movies now. I saw this. I saw this, and I'm like, well, why don't we cut your teeth here and we watch something that you don't think is scary, and we'll just see if it's scary or not.
Word.
Just saying, Doctor Who is a great.
Maybe like I said, maybe I'll give it a shot. You've been pounding the table about it for a long time, and actually, you're not the first person I've heard that has good taste that loves it. So, might have to give it a try. But anyway, going back to talking about Jack Quaid, um, so there was apparently leaked front runners for Sue and Johnny Storm for the Fantastic Four movie.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah. What was Sue's name? The actress that was
yeah,
Nancy
let me
something.
bring it up here. It's Vanessa Kirby.
Oh yeah, from The Crown.
Yeah,
From The Crown. I looked into that. Like, you know
but
what?
and
I'm
then
all for it.
it came out that she was the front runner for Sue, and apparently Sue's going to be the main protagonist of the movie. Like the movie's going to mostly follow her, which is
Well, why?
interesting.
Well, why not? She's when you think about it, she's basically.
It's not that I have a problem with it. I don't know how you have a main
Well, no,
protagonist with like a setup movie. Like,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that you had a problem with it. I
yeah,
was just saying like when you think about it, when you think about the Fantastic Four, like yeah, the Thing could fight the Hulk, and the Flame, the Human Torch is like fire personified.
right.
And Mr. Fantastic, cool, he's the rubber band man.
Yeah,
But
but
when you
that's
think
not.
about it, Susan Storm, yeah, like I've told like we've talked about this before outside of on your podcast.
Yeah,
I'm obviously a DC guy, but
sure.
like Su- Susan Storm, I feel like yeah, she's the most powerful one because she can be like, oh, invisible bubble around your head.
Yeah,
You can't breathe now, so you're dead.
yeah,
Like
yeah. But
whatever.
what the real talk? Reed Richards is the main, like, he's the main Fantastic Four guy. Let's be honest, and it's not because of his stretchy powers or anything like that. Although he does
It's
help.
also because he can't read a room. Because if you remember the original, because yeah,
He's super
despite the fact
smart.
that despite the fact that I'm a DC guy, I read up on their original origin, and the first one to say they were going to say anything was Ben Richards, like I'm going to be the Thing,
Uh huh.
and then meanwhile,
Ben Grimm.
Reed Richards was like, I'm going to be Mr. Fantastic. I'm like, read the room, dude. Your best friend just got deformed and turned into a rock monster, and you want to be, I'm Mr. Fantastic.
Word, but just from the comics, like, he's one of the most intelligent minds in all of
Oh yeah,
Marvel,
no.
and
He's
he literally slings oh gosh, what's the forget the guy's name, but Mr. Molecule. He slings Mr. Molecule particles into the this is like post Secret Wars. This is like after Secret Wars happened, the new Secret Wars, and he creates the new universe by slinging them
well,
with his stretchy powers with
well, yeah,
Mr.
but
Molecule.
also like the thing that I'm super excited about is he's supposed to introduce my favorite big bad from the
Doctor
Marvel
Doom,
universe. No. Even bigger than Doctor Doom.
Galactus.
Exactly.
Okay,
Like I need to see Galactus
that needs
and
to
like
happen.
devouring planets.
Yeah,
That needs to
it
happen.
needs to
And
happen.
then also I heard rumors that back to Doctor Who, um Matt Smith, who was he's a former not MCU, but a former uh, MC alum. He was in Morbius. He's
It's
been
Morbin time.
slated. It's Morbin time. He's been slated to be Mr. Fantastic. He's supposed.
Interesting.
I'm really
I could
interested
see
to
it.
hear. I'm really interested to hear his British, or I mean his American accent.
Yeah.
What I know is what's going to happen is they're going to be like, oh, we're going to do a movie where it's set in the 60s, and then, oh, we got displaced in time. So that's why we weren't there for everything.
I hope not. I don't know. I hope they do better than that. I hope it literally is like they're in a
I'll
different
bet I'll
universe.
I'll bet you $10 that my theory is what happens.
You're probably right. The only way I'm cool with that is if they do like a if they do another version of Spider-Man to hang out with them, because they cross over a lot in the comics in the early days.
Oh yeah, no, like even in the the video game and the upcoming sequel,
Yeah.
you have the Spider-Man suit where who knows on you have the Spider-Man suit where it's like, oh yeah, I'm a Fantastic Four, but I also have a bag over my
Yeah.
head, and then
Bombastic
also
Spider-Man. Yeah.
when you think about it, Wolverine was a member of the Fantastic Four.
True, but I don't think that crossover is going to happen just yet. But yeah,
You're right. We just need to wait for Cosmic Ghost Rider to retcon everything.
yeah. But yeah, Jack Quaid apparently denied that he is the front runner for the Human Torch, which of course he would say that. Uh
I'd pick him for Mr. Fantastic just because of his long neck.
yeah, I know, right? And the
He's so
hair, like it
stretchy
would make
looking.
sense. And then apparently the new front runner, now that he denied it, is Joseph Quinn, the dude from
Oh
Stranger
right,
Things.
yeah, Eddie.
Eddie from
Oh
Stranger Things.
God,
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Yeah, I could
Just
see that. That'd be cool.
just give Eddie all of his things.
Just yeah. Good actor. Good actor. So
Literally, I loved Eddie like. Ah, God. You know how hard it was to figure out how to play Master of Puppets the week after it came out?
what a
And he
guy.
did that. And he did that,
He shredded
apparently.
that shit.
Oh my God, he was amazing.
That's one of the most metal things to happen in TV history. By the
Oh,
way.
no, it totally was. No. I mean, as terrible as it sounds, because everything is always Metallica based, but like even I sat there like as a metalhead, like I used to be Eddie with my full on long hair and
Uh
everything, and I was just sitting there, I'm like I heard him do like dun dun dun.
huh.
I was like, yes,
If I'm ever having
I
a bad
love
day,
you.
I'll just throw on that clip and just watch it, just because it's
Oh
amazing.
my God, so amazing, so amazing.
One last thing here before we wrap up the show. There was this thing that IGN did, and they did a '90s video game. Uh, they did the best video games from the '90s, and I'll pull it up on the screen here, and I'll post it in chat in case anyone wants to follow along as well. There's like
It's Sonic the Hedgehog.
there's like 163 of them. Yeah, 163. We're not going to go through the whole list. I just want to go through the top 25. So you already see 26 is like Resident Evil, and Final Fantasy 6 is 27. So yeah, I just want to go through here. So apparently they did like a versus with like the public, I think is what it was. Like head to heads, and these are like the top winners. So Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, great game. Original Doom, but can it run Doom? There's a reason that's a meme. So good. Star Fox 64, one of my favorite games of all time. Love it. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, also fantastic.
Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog too. I literally just beat that 3 months ago, 4 or 5 months. Actually, no, 4 or 5 months ago.
Funny, these are back to back. I mean, obviously they're probably just tied mostly. I mean, the vote differential there is not that much, but Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is better for sure.
Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is literally. Oh, well. No, again, you've heard me talk about video game stuff,
Sure.
back in the day, and then on the B shell and stuff, but like, I was one of those kids where Sega Genesis was my first big console, and then
It's a good one.
and then I I literally didn't have one until PlayStation 3. So, but
Yikes.
like like Sonic was my shit.
Yeah, for sure,
Like
man. It was the thing. It was
I consider Sonic like,
back then I was like, fuck Mario, Sonic way better.
oh yeah, oh god.
Uh
Especially since Mario has a better movie now. But please continue about the.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Of course, classic. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, brilliant. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. One of the best arcade games to ever exist.
Oh, Turtles in Time is such a great game.
Such a great game.
But also, I didn't know that like as like not even like as millennial boomers, that game transcends consoles. Everyone played that at the arcade, on the Super NES, on the
That's
Sega
true.
Genesis.
That's true.
Everybody did. It was such an amazing. Like I literally just paid like $30 to play it on the Switch. Like, just for my nostalgia.
It's just such a fun beat 'em up. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
this is surprising and honestly a little disappointing. 17 for Pokemon Red and Blue. I can't imagine 16 other games that are better than this. I mean, it's fucking
Well,
Pokemon, man.
well, I remember. I maybe I don't know. Maybe they interviewed, because just an anecdote here, but when I was a kid and I had my Game Boy and I was sitting there and I was playing Pokemon Red, my brother had Blue,
Word.
my little brother had Blue, just driving, riding on the bus. I had my Game Boy. I wasn't supposed to have it because
Hmm.
bad stuff could
Oh
happen.
yeah,
Like
it's Satan, right?
your
Satan
Game
worshiping.
Boy could get stolen or something.
Oh yeah.
But I'm sitting there. And of course, I was older than my brother, so I was on the older bus, like the middle school to high school bus, and the guy that and this guy that was at least 3 or 4 years older than me, but he was like, "What the fuck are you playing right now? Are you playing that goddamn Pokemon game?" And I was like, "No."
Except they wouldn't say Pokemon, they'd say Pokemans or something like that.
Yeah, exactly like
Yeah.
that. It's like,
Stupid
no.
Pokemon game.
So I feel like that guy is the one that did 1 through 7.
Maybe so. All right, but let's keep going. Maybe I'll maybe I'll agree with some of them. Half Life, of course, classic. Don't think it's above Pokemon, but whatever.
Never,
Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening,
never.
fantastic game.
Goddamn, I'm just saying it.
Chrono Triggers at 14. Jesus, man. Like this.
I,
This is so
I
surprising.
again, just I'm in a safe space right now. My first Zelda game was Breath of the Wild.
Well,
Sorry.
you're missing out. Link to the Past is the best, but Link's Awakening's
Well,
really good too.
I did. I think I did buy one that I'm gonna give to the neighbor's kid.
It's
When he's
probably
old
it's
enough.
probably Link's Awakening, the remaster.
Yeah, for the Switch. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I bought it.
That's the-
It's so good. But I had DX or whatever for the Game Boy, and that's how I actually experienced it for the first time. It was basically
Right
just a
on.
port. But yeah, very good. Super Smash Bros. At 13, I could live with that. Donkey Kong Country at 12, beautiful game, amazing game.
Ah, I love Donkey Kong. I
Same.
actually did play that one.
Resident Evil 2, I think, is a little high in my opinion, but whatever. Super Mario Kart, okay. I mean, 64 better be above it.
Well, I mean, I played Resident Evil 2 on I got the PlayStation remaster for it, so
Okay. I mean, it was.
I mean, I no, I played it. I also played. I remember I played it on N64. My neighbor, right next on the house right next door to me, he sat there and he already played it, and he sat there and was like, "This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do this. You're gonna
Dude, it
do
was
this."
terrifying at a young age. Real
So
talk.
like, I literally did it in a night because like I had him sitting
Telling
there
you
as
what to
my
do. Yeah.
yeah, as my wingman.
Super Metroid at 9. Oh, so good. The honestly, probably my favorite side scroller ever. Mario Kart 64. Okay, I could live with that. Metal Gear Solid. I'm not a huge Metal Gear fan. I'm on. I know Sal is crying over there, but I'm on record several times saying I'm not huge on Metal Gear Solid, but I did play the first
Yo,
one.
no, I played the newest one on the Switch.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I can't wait to play it on super easy mode, and then I can actually beat the game.
They're tough.
But no, it was a great, like it was a great modern day side scroller. I will say that.
Top
I
down.
I
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
It's fine.
Better gamers than me can have fun with it.
Yeah, it's not my favorite, but I get it. Final Fantasy 7, never played Final Fantasy, but I understand it. GoldenEye at 5. There are not four other games that are better than GoldenEye 64.
No, come on. The only reason why you're looking back at GoldenEye and thinking that it's supposed to be the best is because it's the first, it's the first one that we could all sit there with our controllers and doing
Yeah,
the,
it was the
the
first console shooter that worked.
whatever.
It's true.
And then you and thankfully at the time we all had TVs that could withstand the one asshole, which I'm assuming is you, Dustin. You
Why
picked
me?
you picked Odd Job, and then the rest of us would throw our
No.
controllers at you
I did not
because
pick Odd Job.
you were all sitting there with a midget, and you put on. I'm sorry, a little person, and you picked Odd Job, and then we're all sitting there playing Donkey Kong mode, and you picked Odd Job, and you just skated on underneath us.
No, I'm not an Odd Job player, man. Link to the Past, number 4. It's the best Legend of Zelda game ever. So, Super Mario World, I get it at 3. Super Mario 64, way too high. I think it's vastly overrated game. And Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, I get it. It's a lot of people's number 1 ever. It's not the best Zelda game. A Link to the Past is the best Zelda game. Fight me. So
Nah, Breath of the Wild's cool too.
it's
If
fine.
you
I
like,
like it. I like Breath of the
if
Wild,
you basically like Skyrim but Zelda,
but
play Breath of the
but way
Wild.
emptier. Yeah.
That's why I basically pieced out for Tears of the
Yeah,
Kingdom.
well, actually, some dude I met over the weekend, Dom was his name. Cool guy. Shouts out to Dom. He'll probably never listen to this, but
Shouts out to Dom.
he was
Love
playing.
Dom.
He was playing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom, and I was like, yeah, like I just wasn't a huge fan of Breath of the Wild. Like I thought it was fine. Like I had my fun with it, and then I never touched it again. And he goes, well, what was your problem with it? I was like, it's just very empty. It felt like it took forever to get somewhere, and there weren't enough resources and all that stuff. And then he goes, well, Tears of the Kingdom is not that. He's like, it's the opposite of that. It's very dense, and there's a lot to do.
No,
There's stuff
it
everywhere.
really isn't. It really isn't. It's just just the same old shit.
Really?
But meanwhile, we'll put two other maps on top of the map that you played
Oh,
in
that
Breath of the
sucks.
Wild.
That sucks.
Because you can have an arpical. Oh God, what's the word? Archipelago.
Hmm.
A cluster of islands
Okay.
on a floating thing above Hyrule, and then you also have a set of no, like I literally gave up on it because my host my co-host on Quad Pro Quo, Guido, he's a big Diablo guy, and like
I like
Diablo
Diablo.
4.
Yep.
Yeah, Diablo's a big thing.
Yep.
But like he's trying to get me into it, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. And he was like, "Whoa," and I'm like, well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'd rather play Final Fantasy.
Yuck.
So I started playing Final Fantasy 16, and then because they're so cheap on the Switch right now, so
Oh,
I
really?
bought
Okay.
I bought a bunch of other ones so I could just be sitting there like gaming on the Switch instead of
Playing
because
Diablo.
no, but also I also bailed on Tears of the Kingdom because yeah, it's so much more, but it's also so much more of
The same stuff.
exactly. Like
Yeah, that
I
sucks.
I just got so burned out on it.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, that's about all the time we have tonight, brother. But thank you so much for coming on the show, Resident Banana Mod. Everyone.
Hold on.
All
I
right. Yeah.
gotta.
Oh, there she is.
There she is. She's here. It's the late night edition.
B Shell After Dark.
Oh, B shell after dark.
So yeah, everyone go listen to Quad Pro Quo. I'll be on there soon with Ketsorin. We'll keep you posted on that episode. We'll be
Of
talking.
course, that's totally gonna happen.
Yep, I think we're recording
ASAP.
next weekend, right? Next Saturday. Is that the
Something
plan?
like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the plan.
sweet. All right. Well, yeah. If actually, I could do it tomorrow night if you guys can, but I don't know if you can or not.
No, we're
That's
actually
right. That's right.
we're hardcore recording tomorrow night.
That's right. I forgot about that. But anyway,
We're talking about Uncle Buck tomorrow. If you guys ever watch Uncle Buck,
yes, of course I have.
great movie.
It is great.
I'm
The late
totally
great John Candy.
I'm totally winning our because we're doing themes now. I'm totally winning Babysitter Month because I picked Uncle Buck.
I love it. Shouts out to Sal for subbing yet again. My guy, number one fan of the show. Shouts out to Alan for jumping in here and talking with us a little bit, and everybody else that watched tonight. And Ket Soren should be back next week, and maybe we'll have a guest. Maybe we won't. We'll have to see.
Maybe I'll be the guest. Hopefully,
Maybe.
I won't be as stupid.
Maybe so. We're always happy to have you on, Matt.
Well, KVD is the one that always keeps me in check.
She's the best.
She is the best. I miss her. I hope she's doing great right now.
Yeah, me too. So you wanna take us out with your Friday meme that you always post?
Oh shit! Hold on. Let me look at it so I can actually read it verbatim.
Verbatim, and that's how we're ending the show. We're not doing it typical tonight. We're gonna do it the Matt Lindsey way.
Yeah. Hold on, Spurk. Hold on, just so I can read it. Oh god,
Podcast listeners be like, "What the hell is happening?"
I post so much shit on this page.
Which I haven't posted a podcast in like almost a month. I need to get on that. Sorry, guys. Life happens.
All right,
You got
hold
it?
on.
You got it?
I got it.
All
I
right.
got it.
All right, take us out.
All right. To all my Nerd Bites Weekly people, no matter what the weather is, I wish for all of you blue skies and golden sunshine internally all the way.
All right. See you guys.